Hello everybody, welcome to Newstead mock video walkthrough. Let's start off with question number 1. We have two words that will complete each other in the best way. Sailor is to, as a group they make up a crew, and then as a group they make up staff. Question number 2. Jubilation is to triumph as woe. So these are feelings. Triumph is sort of synonymous to jubilation, and woe is synonymous to unhappiness. Question 3. Enemy is to quarrel. Friend is to companion. We have you quarrel with a enemy and you cherish a companion, or you cherish a friend. Question number 4, we have taunting and revel. To taunt is to sort of ridicule someone, and reveling, if you revel in something, you celebrate it. And then question number 5, embryo is to person, so it's a sort of baby person, and or how a person starts off. And then seed, it starts off as a seed is how it starts off and it grows into a plant. Number 6, star is to a group of stars called a constellation. A group of actors is called a troupe. Question number 7, we have to make one word correctly. We have tenant and a landlord. Tenant is someone who pays rent. Question number 8, we have ringleader. If you're the ringleader of something, you're the leader of it. Question number 9, we have primate. If you know that monkeys are primates. Number 10, and if you don't know these words, you should definitely be making a note of them. 10, feather. You wouldn't really think feet-her, but feather is the full word. 11, we have offspring, sort of the child of something, offspring. Question 12, to make the word, we would get ant and hem to make anthem. So how do we make the word over here? Hat, maybe the end of this or that, and then we get, or this one, H, the second one, so second one is this, so W, then H, and then end off with this. We can take this, there's a second A over here, which seems to make the most sense, which is second last, and then that's going to be H. And then we have T. The second it has to be, because hood doesn't make sense, but using this T, the second letter, makes who, so we get B as our answer. Over here, we see occupy, so cape. There's multiple ones you could have, but only one A. We know the second one has to be second letter, so something E, which means you can cross out this one and this one. And then to make sense, we have two C's, which means it can either be N or O. It has to be N because OE doesn't make sense. You can cross out this. And then let's finish it off. P, second letter. So it's going to have to be net. Second to last was T. Question 15. We have relax. AX. We have two different X's. So definitely has to be this one, second letter first, E. Then it looks like it has to be, it could be either EL. However, we are going to use this one, this second one, which is Y over here. And then it looks like we have to end off with, to make sense, this second letter here, which is I. Let's get C as our answer. And then question number 16, we have idea, start with the third letter of this, which is S, and then we have the next one, idea, so D is going to be third letter of this, which is A, and then E has to be the second letter, saw, and then A has to be either this one or that one, and it makes sense to be S, saws. Question 17. Kiosk, sky, we have 2. Let's start off with, let's use this one. Second last gives us L, and then K, the end, E. Or we could also get this one, which is going to be A. And then you'll see if you get this Y, the second letter, we get lap. Question number 18. We have 2 Z's here, but we have to start, so either way we're going to start with a T, and then I is going to be third letter, so ta, third letter, and then we have first letter over here, tan, which is going to be A. Cool. Question number 19. We have same letter, gonna have to be T to be weight, tend, pant, time, 20. We have R, bear, rain, pour, round, 21. We have K, rink, keel, soak, and kite. Question number 22. We have D, word, den, find, dice. Question 23, we get D, which is tram, meet, team, mole. Question 24, we get B, which is going to be P, lip, pear, warp, pet. Then we have some codes. Let's zoom out here. Z, Y, W, -1, -2. This looks like -3, then -4, 2 -4, 1, 2, 3, 4, we get P, so you can cross out these, and then L to N, we have +2, +2, 2, and then 2 is going to be PT, that means B is our answer. And then question 26, we have U to D, U to V, which is 1 extra, 1 extra. Each time 1 extra is going to start with Y. Cross these out. And then D to F +2, +2, 2, and then 2 is going to be L, Y, L. Question number 27. B to D +2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is going to be +8. So 2, 4, 6, 8 is going to be V. Cross these out. Just scroll down so you can see. And then Y to V, 1, 2, 3 to S, 1, 2, 3 to P, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 to M. So VM. Question 28. Z, W, T. Zoom out. Z, W, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, and then 3N at the beginning. Cross these out, and then O to L, -3, -3, 3, and then 3. C. 28 will be A, and then 29 is, scroll out even more over here so you can see the whole page. 29, we have F and then L, F to L, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. G is -2, 4, 5. M, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. -5, add 6, -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be I at the beginning. I cross these out. If it's I, also you can cross out A, and then T to P. T to P is going to be -4, add 3, -4, add 3, -4, add 3 is going to be Q. We get I, Q as our answer. And then A to C, +2, +2, +2 to G. Add 2 is going to be I. and cross out this one, and this one. You can see there. And then Q to M is going to be 2, 4 to I is going to be it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. E is 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 to A. So it's going to be IA. We get D. Question 31. Crack minor. We can take out C to make rack and mincer. If you put it over here, mincer, if like mince meat. And then question 32, we can take out T to make naive, and also tangle. If you tangle something up. Question 33, we can take out R to make cater and marker. Question 34, we can take out N to make rage and crown. Question 35, we can take out S to make team and pills. And then 36, we'll take out T to make sock and taxis. Question 37, we have to find the difference from here to there, which is going to be 30, and then here is going to be 26, here's going to be 22, and then that one's going to be 18, which means minus 4, minus 4, minus 4. We have to minus 14, which is going to be 28, which is A. And then question 38, 84, 75 is 9, 9, 54, 2, oh no, this one would be 11. Then we minus 13, we minus 15, which means you have to minus 17. 36 minus 17 is going to be 19. We get B. And then question number 39. We get 151, 135. What do you have to minus? This is 16. 135 to 121 will be 14. You see that? Yes, you can. This one we have after minus 12. This is 12. Then this one will be 10. Then the next one will be 8 minus 8. So 91 minus 8 will be 91. So each time with this, we're going to take out, if you notice the alternating pattern, each time we're going to take off a digit. Took out a digit, next, and then we took out a digit. The next one is take off, and then we just end up with 2 to give us B. Then question number 41, we get times by 3. This is times by 3 times by 5. And this will be 25 times by 3, 25 times by 5. Or rather, this is times by 3 times by 3. When you times this by 3, you then have to multiply by 3 and then multiply it by 3 one more time. You get 6075, 42. Each time these digits are going to go down this second digit. So we have to have 4 second, which all of them do, and then 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Third digit stays 9, so it's going to be 949, which all of them do. Last digit goes 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So it'll be 9, 4, 9, 4. So closest in meaning, we have match and, in this one, pair, context, match, and contest, like a tennis match or a tennis contest. 44, we get impartial and unbiased, means you have no opinion. 45, strand and thread. Some of these have been in the booklets, and these were the answers, but strand and thread to do with like sewing, needle and thread. 46, we have deplore and this means to disapprove of something, so it's the same as condemn. We then have 47, which is going to be article and object, because you can talk about this article, this object, or grammatically. We have an article and an object. Then we have 48, which will be affinity, affable, affront, kindle, concise. If you have an affinity for someone, then you have like a brotherhood with them. I have an affinity for this person, so it will be like kinship. You essentially like them or trust them. Filling in the gaps, we have 3 letters. I wear sandals in the summer. 50, the damage is covered by insurance. Naturally, the water, which means we put in, or eventually works here. Eventually, the water subsided. Experiment. Over here, I won 5 matches in a row. 54, your label is showing. 54 is A. 53, let's do 2 pairs of words. Only one possible words will go with both of these pairs. So over here, counter, worktop counter, and then a counter at the arcade. 56, we can get, you can like something, or something can look like something. 57, change means you can get spare change, or you can change something. 58, we can get, you log something in a journal or a part of a tree. Fungus, over here, mold, you can mold something to your liking. Question 60, wood, trunk, howl, whale, we have bark, which makes the most sense because you can get bark on a tree. You can also, a dog can bark and it can sound like howling. Here we have opposites in meaning. So 61 is going to be sturdy and frail, because sturdy means strong, frail means weak. 62 will be artificial and natural, very much opposites. 63 is dull and bright. A light can be dull or bright. 64 will be disagree and concur. Concur means to agree. 65 is going to be misplace and discover. You can lose something, misplace something, and then discover it again. Let's try and find the code for this. What do we have in common? We have 7 last, 7 second, which looks like 7 is going to be N, since we have N last and N second. That means this is going to be pain. So let's do one that actually helps us. Never mind, let's put this one in. Pain. Then that means we want to try and find kite. If 5 is I, that means this has to be kite. It'll be 3, 5, 1, 2. This is kite. And then that means this one is going to be into. That means 8 is P, 2 is E, 4 is A, and then 3 is K. We get peak. 67 is peak. And then 68, then we get K is going to be starting with 3, cross these out. N is going to be 7, 3, 7. So it can't be E either. And then O is going to be 6, 3, 7, 6. So we get B. For question 1 of NVR, we have always 5 squares, 5 squares, 5, 5, only 4 squares here. For question number 2, we always get the mirror image, vertical mirror image of this shape. It's been turned around, apart from E, which has just been rotated slightly. Question number 3, we also have these rectangles that are quite long. Inside, we can see that E is like almost half the shape of one of the rectangles on the inside. Question number 4, we have the odd one out, it would be B, because in all of the others there are different kinds of shapes, but in B there's only one kind of shape, which is a triangle. And then question number 5, we can see that this black shape is always small and facing the right direction, and then white is behind, whereas in C the white is on top. Question number 6, we can see that for B, we can see that in each one there are 3 ones with stripes over here, 3 ones with stripes, 3 ones with stripes, and here the same, except for B we have the 4 ones with stripes. For this, let's count the amount of stripe. We have 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. That one's 3 as well. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and then E is the only one that has 4. Question 8 is, let's have which direction they're going to go in. So we never have them going in the same direction. If we're going left, right, up, all of them, or down. However, these are going, there are 2 going down, which is in the same direction. Question number 9. In each one, we have the triangles sometimes inside, sometimes outside. Let's see where the hatching is going. The only one that's different, this hatching in the oval, is going the other way. And over here, we have diamonds here. For 12, we can see that they're never really in line with any of the sides of the shape. They always go through. However, E, the arrow is in line. For 13, this triangle seems to be alternating, going left, right, left. So it's definitely going to be on the right. So we can cross this one, these out. And then if we see that it's sort of ending up, it's going down, 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 back, up, up. So it's going to be in the bottom, or since it's going up each way, it's going to start up and then start back from the bottom. Where is this triangle is going to be on the bottom, which is fine. And then where's this arrow going to be? It's also going up, so it's going to be, well, the arrow is going down, so it's going to be here, which looks like, and since this has to be in the middle, this arrow is in the wrong place. This squiggly line is in the middle of the arrow. Question number 14. We can see 1, 2, 1 going that way, so cross these out, 1 arrow going to the left. Then we have square. Each time this square is moving, it's going to be second, which means cross these out. And then we have line at the bottom. That circle is going to be the bottom over here. Each time this circle is moving, we can see that this top circle on the top moves to the left. So it's going to alternate between left and then right. We can sort of see that this circle is doing like 180-degree rotation. So if it's here, it's going to do 180 degree, end up sort of here and near the middle. And then, but this one, if it's doing 180-degree rotation from this one, then that one has to be over here to the very right, just like B, in order to end up over there. Question number 15. We have a circle, and this is sort of moving, the square is moving in an clockwise direction, so it's going to end up in the bottom right corner. And then, just so you can see there, let's zoom out a bit. Cool. Now we have 1, 2, 3. Let's focus here. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. This is going to go back down to having 2. So we are going to get A with 2 black squares. Question number 16. We're going to add on each time. We're just going to get a black shape like this. It's going to be B. Question number 17. Let's count. We have 2, 3, 2, 3, 2 white circles. Cross these out over here. We have 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 black circles, looks like E. Question 18, where is this line going? We're going to start building it, and it looks like we're going in a clockwise direction, so it's just going to be an L shape that looks like C. Question number 19, we can see here, we're doing a rotation each time, so that triangle is going to be pointing down in this corner like this, which means you can't have A or D or C. And then that means that there's a triangle, okay, they both have, square, they both have a square, both have a star. What we're looking at is we're going to have the arrow, this arrow, facing this way, which looks like B. Question number 20. We have the lines here, and this is going outside, inside, outside, outside, or we actually don't know where it's going, but each time we have 3, and we see that this grey is going from middle up to middle to something to down. We can already cross out a few because D doesn't have the right amount, and it looks like these are flipping. If it's down, it's going to go up. If it's on the right, it's going to go to the left. This has 2 black circles, so we are left. It has to be on the left-hand side, so we're left with A and C. It looks like these flip, but then what's going to flip over here? Then it looks like if this was over here, then if the grey is over here, then the grey had to be on this side in order to flip onto that side. Both of them look the same. And we know that this diagonal is always this direction and never in this direction, so it has to be C. Question 21, we can see that the inside shape is becoming the outside shape. If there's a square here, it's going to go on the outside, diamond goes to the outside. So this sort of looks like hexagon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's an octagon, so the octagon is going to go on the outside and go and do a rotation. So we have to cross these out, and then they always have right hand side shaded, so it's going to be C. Just focusing on the star here for 22, it's going to go in an anti-clockwise direction, which means it's left over here, to go to the left, up here, and then it's going to be at the top. Can't be D. Now looking, same thing is going to happen with the triangle. It's going to end up in the bottom right corner, so it has to be C. Except there is another thing we have to mention, that the shapes do disappear. This one, the square disappears. In this one, once it gets moved over, the heart disappears. So we're sort of moving in a clockwise direction of which shape will disappear. So if this shape is over here, that means then this one is going to disappear, which looks like E. Let's just confirm that this next shape up here, if that's that shape is going to disappear, which means that there's no star in the next one. Question number 23, we're going from left to right to left. We can cross out C and D. We have how many here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to now have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we get 23. B. Question number 24. We see an alternating pattern where it's going to clockwise rotate just down. So that circle is going to be on the bottom here. And then question 25, they are overlapping each other to make well, they're the exact same shape. This one definitely can't be B. Exact same shape is going to be A. 26, we can see it's always going down, and it's four vertices, which is E, 4 vertices and lines going down. And then this shape is always going to have black with the arrow, so cross these out, cross, oh, we can't cross that one out just yet. And so the rest, actually yes we can, because that arrow just doesn't look right on the with the white bit. We have a diamond with the white bit over here, so it's going to be E. Question number 28. We have crossed shapes, and that black shape is going to become, we have here, we definitely can't have A or D. and it's always going to go small, medium, large, which is going to be C over here. And then 29, we always have a hatched line in the middle, and then it's going to be half the shape and then the whole shape is black. Half the shape and then the whole shape is black, so it can't be C. It can't be, and it has to associate with the middle one as well. So it can't be E, it's not in line with the shape. And next, the hatching is always diagonal in line with the black line, so it's not A and it's not C, it's going to be B. Question number 30. We have a line, an arrow, and so here the arrow is always pointing towards the black circle, so it can't be C and it can't be D and it can't be E. After that, we always have the black triangle pointing to the rectangle where these are the same. So, and then this black triangle is always going to be anti-clockwise of the arrow, anti-clockwise, so it's going to be B. Question 31. We have the shape, triangles always on the inside, 2 outside. It doesn't matter how many on the inside, we always have 2 outside, so we can cross out A, we can cross out E, we can also cross out, that's it so far. Then this line is always just passing through. The hatching is always reversed for the ones on the outside. So they're always going to be the same hatching or turned around. If we have 3, actually this doesn't, so the number of triangles don't connect to the number of vertices because you have 3 and then 4 vertices. We always have to have a triangle inside, so it definitely can't be D, and we never have any of the triangles touching that line, so it has to be B. And question number 32, we have a shape over here, and we always have a rectangle attached to it, which none of them have apart from B, which has its rectangle that we can disjoin. We could say D, however, it doesn't really, B is sort of a shape attached to a rectangle and it grows out of it, just like this. However, I would say B looks more similar than D. 33, E, we have a rod, and then coming off of it, an oval, which a white oval. Actually, no, it doesn't matter the colour of the oval, but it definitely can't be B, and it definitely can't be D. So it's always going to be at a right angle. It can't be A either because a rod is coming out of the line, and therefore, and they have to be the same colour, these 2 circles, therefore it has to be E. And then 34 is going to have over here vertices are always pointing to a vertex, so it can't be B, it can't be C, and it can't be D, and it can't be A. It has to be E. Question 35, there's always square, circle, and then this arrow shape. So most of them have that over here. However, we can always see they are touching in some sense, so it's not E. They are always all touching. They're always in contact with this line, which means it can't be B because it's not contact with this line. It can't be A because it's not contact. And then this one is disjoint, so it has to be C. And then 36 is going to be over here. We're pointing to the inner corner, so it can't be C, D, or E. And then black, white, hatched. We have circles, they change shape, and they're always, or rather we can see they're never on the end over here. It's A, it's in the middle, it's on this inside bit, on the inside bit. Let's see what's in common over here. We have, and zoom out a little bit, we can see we have X, we have J in common, which means probably a horizontal line down the middle. If we have hatches, so that's going to end in K. That means, let's go to the middle. They're all different, which means the shape. So I guess the middle has to be R, which is going to be A. First question number 38 over here. What's in common? W and W are in common, which means the hatching in the middle. If it's horizontal, that means we're going to end with V. And if the middle, they're all... Now we have to figure out where this black box, black rectangle is going to be. And these are same, so it looks like the black box has to be on the left. Therefore, this one is going to be S in the middle, so it has to be E. And then question number 39, we have this configuration. P and P are similar. That means the size of the shape, the circle inside. Therefore, O seems to be the same size, and that's going to be Q at the end. We also have over here whether there's a line. We've dealt with the middle. We have to see K, and we know there's Q at the end. We need to deal with the K and the L. L, these are similar, which means there's probably 3 black bits. So in the middle we have to have L. It's going to be D. Let's compare E and E are the same, they're pointing in the same direction, has to be F at the end. Then we have, these are the size, B and B are in common, therefore small has to be A, which is both of them, and then C and C are black, therefore this has to be D in the middle. We have a 40B. Question 41, we have in common a U and U, they're facing the same way, so if it's facing down then it has to be O at the end. And then if we have X, Y, Z, they're all different, so it's the outline, and if it's black then it's going to be XO, which means we get D. And then question number 42, it seems we have a repeat, so that's just going to be D. Question number 43, I can see W and W are in common, therefore it's going to have 2 circles. Looks like it's going to have 2 circles at the bottom. So it looks like we're going to have, but we can't confirm that just yet because everything is changing. Middle, P and P are common, so that's going to be like a black and hatched combo. So then R is going to be in the middle because we get a black and white combo. And but this is changing as well, so it looks like rather this V is when the top shape over here is black, and this W is when the top shape is white. So if the top shape is black, then it's going to be V over here. And then at the bottom shape, we have P and P are similar, so it looks like we're splitting the shapes up. Bottom is P, these are different, so if the bottom is white, it's going to be Q, which is going to give us C. And then question 44, we have F and F are similar, and that's going to be on the left-hand side that there's a circle, I assume. So it looks like the bottom has to be, the end has to be G, so we can cross these out. And then we have L and L are similar, that looks like the hatching, so it's going to be L in the middle, so we're going to get C. Question 45, we have P and P that are similar, so it's probably the amount of shapes. We're going to have P last, so B and B mean that we have a black shape over here, and then that N, I think it's going to be for this orientation of this cross, because we can see that this is tilted on its side. So B, this is going to be the right way up. It's going to be B, and that, sorry, C. And then 46, we have this line, T, T and T are all the same. So the outline is hatched. The outline is black over here, so it's going to be S at the end. We can cross out that one, and then we have the orientation K, 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 and J. This seems to be that this line is black and this line is hatched, so it starts with a J. And then we have the middle one is going to be L, and L's orientation, so it's going to be L in the middle. We get JLS. And then 47, we can see arrows, so M and M mean 2 lines. If we have 2 lines, it's going to start with M. And then we have W, and so Y and Y similar, and that's the direction. If it's going that way, it has to be, well, it can't be that because W is going the same way, but it seems to be the orientation. So if it's going that way, then it's going to be Y, which means we get 47D. Question number 48, we have L and L, which is similar. That's going to be 2 dots, so it's going to be L at the end. And then B and B are similar. That's in a triangle. This is in a square, so it's going to be DL, A. And then 49, we have 4, and these are going to go inside. This is analogies. These are going to go inside, and this black bit is just going to occupy the tips of the shape. So if it's just the tip, then it's, and they're facing inwards, then they can't be on outside. They have to be inward, so the only one we're going to get is A. For 50, we are going to turn this around. They go on the outside. So these are going to go on the outside, just like D. We can see these white bits occupy the outer perimeter of the shape. 51, we can see that this hatch goes inwards. Triangle hatching goes to the square. So triangle shading will go to the square, which looks like it's going to be over here. Let's see, it looks like it's A, but let's confirm the other ones. These are doing a rotation. That one, so we'll have the rotation going to the left, and there are 2 triangles here, so we need to determine which one becomes the shape in the middle, the shape in the square. So we see that this one, when it does its rotation, it stays the same. Therefore, this one, when it does its rotation, will stay the same. We have the circle, the white circle. That circle has to be white on the left, so you can cross these out. And then the next, when they do their rotation, this will turn white. That hatch goes to white, so this hatch will go to white, it will be C. And then question 42, it's sort of a mirror image, and it gets bigger, and then here it's a mirror image. Pay attention to the outline, it will get bigger, so it's going to be, and this outline is dashed and it goes to full, so it's going to be C. Question 53, we see a rotation of this shape, but it gets smaller, so it has to stay grey, so it can't be C and E. These one, the shading's gonna change, so it's gonna be black on the left. It's gonna look like A. Question 54, we do a mirror image, except these shapes stay the same. So let's mirror image the big shape. That's all of them, and then this shading on the inside though will stay the same. It's going to stay facing to the right. Then this is going to get bigger and go dotted, so 54 will be C. 55, we have a rotation 90 degrees, and so that means that these will have to be crossed out, and then this shape will do a 90 degrees clockwise rotation. 90 degrees clockwise rotation means this will go white and turn around. And then 56, we have 2, it becomes 1, doing a mirror image. So these shadings switch. If these shadings switch, that means we have it going, we have this shape in the middle that becomes this shape, and this shape is going to be 2 diamonds going to somewhere, and then if these switch, then we're going to have shaded diamonds that aren't black. They're going to be hatched over here. And we see that this, when we mirror image this circle is going to stay close down here, mirror image closer to the shape, so it has to be C. Question 57, we are rotating left, rotate left, or rather maybe to the other vertex. And if it's definitely going to go white because we switched the shading. And then if it's going to go clockwise one shape, the whole shape is going to do an clockwise 90 degrees, which means it's going to look like D. We need to turn this on its edge as well. Oh, so the outside is going 45 degrees. However, the inside shape is doing 90 degrees. So 58, we have the inside shape doing a 45 degree turn, so it's going to be pointy at the top. You can cross these out. Then these are going to invert. It's going to be 2 at the bottom, which only looks like that these will stay the same, actually 1 2 1 2. So if the shapes stay the same on the outside, then it will be E. 59, this will switch around the one on the right, so the one on the right will switch around to look like how it does an A. So let's cross these out, and then turning the one on the left, we're going to flip that upside down as well. So what's happening to the shapes? This shape will go on the top, so it looks like something like E. And then 60, we have a cross, and they will go to the sides, the circle, so they will go to the side, so it's triangles on the side of the shape, and then these will come out and form a shape. The left one, they'll switch shading, they're both white, so that doesn't matter, but left one will go to the top, so the left one will go to the top. That's a circle at the top, and they have to be in the shape, so it's going to be 60. These shadings are going to invert, so this circle has to be black if this arrow is black, which means they have to be inside the shape as well and on the outside, which means it has to be C. And then 61, we're going to do clockwise rotations, clockwise and then clockwise. This is flip, or rather we have here, there's always 2 that are opposites, 2 that are opposites. If there's up, right, down, down, there's always up, right, down. So the one we're missing is up. It's going to be D. And then 62 is small, medium, big, and then small, medium, big. This is missing small, and the one we're missing is a small ring, so it's going to be C. Question 63. This is going to do a 90 degrees rotation anti-clockwise, which means the pointy bit is going to be over here, which is you can cross these out, and then this is going to go along with it. It's going to go along with it, so this is going to end up going to the right, which looks like D. 64, we can see how in each shape there's these different combinations. There's this, if you look at them like trees, we sort of have this Christmas tree that's pointing to the right, to the left, and then pointing down. And then this one, it'll be one big and then small to big, so it's sort of like a triangle upside down. We have it pointing up to the right, and then we sort of have them doing the clockwise rotation, so I'm going to do them in different colors. We have clockwise rotation, and then clockwise rotation, different color. Then we have this one which does a clockwise rotation. We're missing this one actually, so let's do this one in a different color. This one, this one was that clockwise rotation and then a clockwise rotation. And so the only ones we're missing are the green, which goes right, it has to go down, and it's these disjointed ones that looks a bit like a sound wave. So disjointed pointing down with the short one pointing down is going to be D. 65 over here, it's doing rotations 45 degrees, or we always have one white, one hollow black. So we're missing a black one over here. It has to be cross out E and A. 65. We're always going to have them facing opposite ways, just like this one, or like rather making a cross. These ones are pointing to. This one has to look like this. We never have these two. They're always doing the same thing, either meeting or going away. So it has to look like A. And then 66, we have rotation again, simply. So rotate this, and grey will be in the bottom right. If any, they are 45 degrees rotations, however, so it'll be in this little quadrant on the right. So we have to cross out these, and then the shading is consistent with the rotation. So it's going to be diagonal looking like E. And then 67, we see a 90-degree rotation from this one to that one. So let's do a 90-degree rotation. We see this shading. This one doesn't stay the same. It stays black and white, but it flips. So this is going to flip to be white, black on the top, which is going to be C. Question 68, we're rotating. 68, we're going to see this cross-hatching stays the same, so it's definitely not going to look like C or D, and then these shapes do have to remain consistent. It's going to do 90-degree rotations anti-clockwise, so it's going to point upward, so it's going to look like A. And then 69, these are going to become smaller in the middle and then meet. So the outside stays black, so we can cross this out, they meet, it's going to look like B. And then 70, we have these combine over here. This ought to sort of add more. And then this, if you have to flip upside down. No, this stays the same. Flip upside down, that becomes white. So flip upside down, that becomes white, which means the point goes to the down, which means the point goes down. It's going to be a black triangle pointing down, which means you can cross out A, C, and D. And then they're going to go only on the right hand side. We flip this one, and then we flip this one too. So that one becomes a horizontal, that one becomes vertical. It looks like E. 71 would be, this is moving. We have black, white, and then this goes inside, and that is white, black, white. So there's always two on the same side, and then they flip. So it flips, keep the same. This one flips, keep the same. The white square flips, and then it's going to keep the same over here, which the only one that looks like that is... Oh, before we confirm that, let's focus on the inside. It's doing 90-degree rotation clockwise, so that one has to be pointing to the bottom right, which gives us D, E, and A. And then we can also focus on all of these shapes. We're doing, so the two dots in conjunction are going to do 90 degrees rotations clockwise. Therefore, if it's clockwise, we're going to go one more with the black one at the top, which gives us A. And then 42, we have a rotation this one will go this way. And we have a rotation of this going the other way, actually, anti-clockwise. It's going to end up in here. So it's anti-clockwise. It's going to flip. The star will become black. So, and it adds a vertex. So it needs to look something like B and E. So B and D. And then this one does a 90-degree rotation. Therefore, if we do a 90-degree rotation, it should look something. It's going from this corner to that corner and then flipping around, actually. So it's going this corner to this corner. It's going there and it's flipping around. So it's going to look something. But if we say this is doing a rotation, this is going to be the opposite way around. This peanut head is going to be at the bottom. Then we have to flip. So we do the rotation. This is going to be like that. And we sort of have to make it point. Or the rotation, if you want to look at it clockwise, it does 45-degree clockwise rotation and then flips upside, or flips on its side. It's going to do 45-degree clockwise rotation and then flips. So it's going to look like D.